Good evening, three-wheelers. Everyone knows about two-wheel racing. Everyone knows about four-wheel racing. Well, what about three-wheel racing? Yeah, three wheels matter. Yeah. Yay! Three-wheeling around the world. Here we are at the grandstand. We're all ready to go.
The entertainment and the love you get from this sport.
Hello, three-wheelers, live with three-wheeling. We have an ambassador program.
They are so focused on this sidecar racing, and I'm in awe of them.
Are we about to witness TT history being made again?
If you're really keen and you want to get involved in the promotion of our great sport, then become an ambassador. Take photos and post them on our fan page. We have such a great sport, and it's all the personalities and all the friendships that we have and all the families that are involved. Well, we're back again, and make sure everybody hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button. So without further delay, we're going to go ahead now and introduce our fine guest this evening. And right to my right, we have Pete Alton, who's well, he doesn't like the word veteran, but he is a veteran, right? He's one of our veteran sidecar drivers, and also a pretty well-accomplished engineer, would you say, right? That's your job profession. Yeah, that's it. And then to the right, we have Mike Jackson, who's one of our, as you can see, we're getting younger now as we head to the right me here, and one of our top local riders and a driver. And you got your team, right? It's your own team.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then right there, he's got his sidekick there, Richard Murphy. And you hitch a ride with him, don't you?
Yeah, he takes me around.
Yeah.
You shows me the sights.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's good. So go ahead now, Pete, and give us a little bit of background about how you got involved with our crazy sport.
Well, yeah. I mean, I started off basically mechanicking for a lad called Steve Cook on the solos, and. Well, basically, Steve eventually decided that I was a little bit quicker than him, so he gave me the bike to ride. I was a little bit quicker than him, but not much, to be frank. I wasn't very good at solo riding at all, and often warned people not to follow me into a corner. But I was fascinated by sidecars, more so about the geometry of it, really. It fascinated me how that it takes two people to get it around the corner. Passenger being the wrong word. So I went out and bought a sidecar because I fancied it. I actually lied. My first ride on a sidecar was with Stuart Applegate, and I told the little porky I'd crashed on a KR1S 250, and it came up on the tannoy that Stewie was looking for the passenger because his passenger had been injured that day. So he said to me, "Oh, have you ever done a sidecar before?" So I said, "Oh, yeah, I've passengered for Dave Alton." So I got on the back of him that day and totally ruined his day, to be frank, but made my day. Absolutely fascinated me. And at the end of the day, I just said to him, "I'm sorry about that. I wasn't very good, was I?" And he went, "So have you been on the back of Dave?" And I went, yeah. It was only a few years later that I actually admitted it was a mini moto sidecar that I'd been on with Dave.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, it got me my first ride. It was a sidecar, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I went out and bought a sidecar. I had it upside down 3 times in one day.
Yeah.
And thought, nah, I'm just about as good a rider on a sidecar as I am a solo rider. So I thought I'd stick to passengering.
Oh, yeah.
So, basically, I passengered my own bike then for 14 years. I had 2 riders. I had Sean Dawson, good rider. I teamed up then with Roger Stockton, again, and a good rider. And over that time, watching both those 2 lads, they basically, through watching them and learning how this bike behaved, came the opportunity to ride it myself. So I had to go, and I'd improved somewhat compared to those previous years. So I went straight into the British. Roy Hanks said to me, stick with the British, you'll learn quicker. And sure enough, after 12 months, I went to do, I think it was my first club race at Alton Park, and won it. I was gobsmacked at the time. So the passion started then, really. The engineering side of it, building the engines, repairing the bike, which I often had to do. I just fell in love with it. It's about the only thing I've ever stuck to be honest. All the way through the years. And to the point where I actually started to make my living out of it as well. Started off initially helping people, and then bought a dyno, got the workshop, and now basically repair solos and tune sidecars on the dyno and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
TT was always my ambition.
Yeah.
Spent many years coming over here watching. Determined to race it. Had the opportunity and got bitten really. The minute I went down Braille, that was it. There was no stopping us really. That was year upon year upon year. It either gets you or it doesn't.
Yeah. What? Now go back. Give us a little bit of a time capsule. Now we're talking about. That was very interesting. I really enjoyed that. Go back to now. What year was it that you started with your passengering? To start with it. See?
Good Lord, it was It was late 90s. It was 90, 98, 99. It was, yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, you just reminded me how old I am now. Yeah, you should.
No, see, this is one of the things here too, and we get you guys involved too, right? This, and I'm a super fan, so I like to hear from you guys because I haven't experienced it myself. But how was it different?
Take you out.
What?
Take you out.
Oh yeah, I know that. I had a few. Yeah, we're going to take you a little like around out in Derby.
Yeah,
I had a few of those already. Yeah. Well, if we do it, well, we will one day, right? We got to get that on film, huh? Oh, that would be a good one.
Even I'll turn up for that one.
Oh yeah, everybody. Yeah, right. But any case, going back to this with the driver and the passenger, why you gravitated? You moved, and you must you enjoyed the passengering, obviously.
Yeah, I did.
But then you shifted to driver. What brought that on? How was it that you decided to move to driving?
Well, it was time, I think. I was sick and tired of being the fall guy. I wanted to be the person who blamed the passenger all the time.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get hold of the bars, and I thought, can I, can't I?
Yeah.
And that was, like I say, that from the passenger point of view, it was the thrill.
Yeah.
It was the thrill of being able to affect the outcome. Trevor Ireson once said to me on the telephone that sidecars are a strange creature because you've got a passenger and a rider who are both very competitive. So in its very nature, to get those two people to work together as a unit is very difficult. And it's possibly one of the very few sports that two people can actually affect the outcome.
Yeah.
And you know, that man was so right.
Yeah.
So from the engineering point of view, that was my initial interest. Then to actually passenger and learn to passenger correctly, because some passengers are passengers, some passengers are riders. They're not just there as a passenger.
Yeah.
But then I got to a point where it was a case of it's time to make another move.
Yeah.
And that's what I did, and I was reasonable at it, I think.
But I would think that doing both, going on to passenger and then onto the driver, and you and yourself actually make chassis, right?
I don't make chassis.
You're involved with the modification, so
yeah, modifying.
Okay, modifying and all that. With the engine, yeah. But I would think that experience that you had with both parts of the passengering and the driving, that must help you in understanding the feel for that.
Oh, immensely.
For that machine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The way it moves.
You can feel the stresses and.
Yep. Yeah.
You understand what it means to corner if you're a passenger, right?
It's very hard to work out it's only when you've got a good passenger. I mean, a good passenger is absolutely essential, because that bike will only do the same thing every time on the road if your passenger does the same thing. So it's only if that bike makes a move on the road that you can determine whether it was the passenger or whether it's geometry on the chassis or suspension setup.
Yeah.
So when you get that synergy with your passenger to the point where you don't even have to talk about anything,
Right.
you both feel what's going on that bike. When that bike moves, you know it's not your passenger, so it's got to be the setup. Whereas sometimes, if you've got a passenger that's doing different things at different times, you don't know whether it's the bike. Is it the bike or is it the passenger? So communication between everybody's got to be good.
Yeah.
It's really it's fine art. I don't think there's a sport like it. Really don't. It's there's a synergy. There's got to be a synergy between passenger and rider. If you do not work together, it won't work. It won't work. Stop me, because I'll go on. Should have been an evangelist. But I'm passionate about it. I'm crap at it, but I'm passionate about it. But basically, it's two people working together to make that machine do something it was never designed to do, and that's go around corners at speed.
Yeah.
And it gets to me sometimes when the riders always get named. That peeves me a little bit. Even now as a rider, when they don't mention Keith's name, that really does me head in, because Keith's as much a rider of that bike as I am.
Yeah.
When I make a mistake, he can physically put it right.
So you've been a passenger.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm passenger friendly, I really am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, passengers are, like they're a special breed.
Yeah. I always look at it as both riders. I think.
you
I mean, that within the trade
French.
we don't refer to it that, but to me, they're both riders.
The French
One
have got
guy's
it
a
right.
driver and one's the page, but they're both riders.
The French have got it right, Chris.
Yeah.
They don't call them passengers and riders, they call them pilots.
Yeah. Pilots. Yeah.
Both pilots. And that says it all, really.
Yeah.
Let's face it, it's a fuselage with one wing in it. The other one's missing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, the pilots, the French have got it right.
Yeah.
They don't see it as passenger rider, it's pilots,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty
Yeah.
good.
Well, I got a question already here. Some guy's coming in here. I think his name is George. What's the biggest change you've seen over time from when you first started?
Oh, electronics.
Oh yeah.
Well, without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's the best thing that ever happened to the sidecars. And I won't mention brand names. Well, I will mention brand names. For a long time, everybody slated Motec. Motec have done so much for the sidecars. The sidecars for years have always been slated for the attrition rate, especially at the TT. So many have gone out, so many have broke down. And that's because, from an engineering point of view, it's very difficult to understand the forces that are actually applied to the bike while you're out there. Whereas when Motec started getting in, it's not the Motec that makes the bike go faster, it's the data logging. That was one of the biggest forward steps that we ever had with sidecars. Yeah. The chassis builders all knew what they were doing. LCR brought in some new ideas. I was against LCR at first, but now I look at them and I think, well, just a beautiful machine. It's come on such a long way. That was a good step as well, the LCR. But electronics-wise, with the data logging, understanding what the oil's doing. I mean, two prime examples. Everybody doesn't look at oil temperature. And they're all like, oh, I've blown 3 engines up this TT. And like, with the intervention of data logging, literally you can look at it. I mean, we were seeing temperature was 186 degrees in oil temperature. It was like, that's gone.
Yeah.
That it's a wonder it even got round.
Yeah.
That temperature should be 116, about 20 degrees higher than the water temperature. Yeah. So the intervention of electronics basically brought the sidecars to the reliability side. That's the biggest thing for me. Yeah. That's changed over the years.
Yeah.
That's
interesting. But how do you young guys there?
Yeah,
you getting you learn from the older guys, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they've obviously got a lot of experience. And my first year when I went away racing, I was racing with Rob Fisher and that, and I tried to learn as much of him as I could really in the pre-injection championship. So went away to England quite a lot of times. I think I got about 18 signatures in that first year. I was racing all the time. So yeah, obviously sidecar's a sport where the older people have got the experience and they can tell you what to do. And I think it's for everyone really. It's maybe from 20 up to whatever, 60, 70. Yeah.
No, it's like we've talked about this before. It is amazing how some of these older guys get out. Not talking about you now.
It's a broad
No, we're not talking about you. The older guys, right?
Yeah.
And we have some really great older guys still out there, still competing, and
yeah. Obviously, Tony Baker, he had a crash, but he's back. I think he's going to be back racing and that, and obviously
John
Alton.
What is
I'm
John
sure he'll love
Yeah.
you calling him an old.
No, I didn't say old. I said look.
But we're on the subject.
Yeah, but look how fast he is.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, that man's just on it.
Yeah.
He's dedicated.
but the sidecar driver is that experience. It makes a big difference, obviously, with the solo guys as well. Experience obviously counts, but I think that probably the physical end of it. Do you see that any different from, say, a solo guy compared to a sidecar driver? Because you don't see the solo guys, the real old ones out there. You don't see competing, at least at top levels, but you do see it in the sidecars. You have any theories on that?
Never really thought of that.
No.
No.
The one thing you can.
I mean, you're throwing the bike around.
Yeah.
If you got one of those super bikes,
You're not moving around though.
but you're not doing that with the sidecar.
Yeah.
So that's my theory.
From the rider's point of view, with the solos, they're getting off it and on it all the time, aren't they? They're changing the posture all the time.
Yeah.
From a rider's point of view, in a sidecar, you sit in it.
Yeah, that's it.
And basically it's upper torso, it's arm strength.
Yeah. It's arm
Except
strength.
for passengers, obviously the passengers got to be really fit. Maybe that's why you don't see many old passengers really.
Yeah. But the other thing here I was going to ask you guys, the size of you guys, because they come in all sizes. And there's good, very top champions, very tall ones, and then there's small guys. The smaller ones tend to be the fit. Yeah. I'm talking again about the top guys, the fit, the smaller guys, but then you get very tall, fit guys too that are very good as well. Like take you for example.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I think I'm 6'3", but I mean, look at Lee Crawford. I think he's near on 6'7", and he's one of the best out there, isn't he, at the minute? And he's flying. So
very good.
I mean, one thing that does matter with your size is you carry a bit more weight.
Yeah.
So the younger boys who are, they might be a foot smaller, they're going to carry a few, stone lighter, and your power to weight ratio will be better than what ours will if you're taller and heavier, obviously.
And it affects the geometry of the
Yeah,
bike
it
as
does.
well.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. It's just a fact, isn't it? You carry that much more weight.
Well, the taller you are as well, when you're cornering, your upper torso with inertia, it has a tendency to affect the bike and the way the bike is moving. Whereas the smaller person is lower, so inertia doesn't have the same effect on the bike.
But you think maybe there's a little bit of difference between an F2 chassis and an F1 chassis?
Oh, she's totally.
I mean, insofar as what we're talking with the taller guy,
Wheels apart.
maybe that suits him better than a tall guy getting on an F2.
Again, I've never rode an F1 to be honest, so I can't comment on that. An F1's a different beast, isn't it? Yeah. It's not just that. I mean, one time they said they were faster because they had bigger engines, but actually they proved that's a load of rubbish, haven't they?
Yeah, the 600s.
600s are now breaking records that the 1000s couldn't break.
Yeah.
So,
Do you have any experience with the F1?
Not the
Jackal?
F1s, no, just F2s.
Yeah.
I actually started off passengering with Carl. That was probably about year 2000. Done about 2-3 years with him. Done the 700, and then It's always something which you want to. I've always been riding trials and motocross, and I'd always wanted to have a go, racing sidecars. So I think I bought one in 2016, and yeah, I'd actually been away living in New Zealand and earned a bit of money, and I come back with about 10 grand in my pocket. So I went across and
That didn't last long, like
we hired a van, me and my mum, and we went across to England, and we bought the bike in a service station, 10 grand cash, and that's how I.
Touch it even.
That's
Did you
how
get a receipt?
No, just handed over the money and got the bike, and that's how I got to know Pete, because the guy I bought the bike with, he said, "Oh, Pete Alton's done the engines," so he gave me his number and that, and then obviously I had the bike and the engines, and then your number, and that's when I rang you, said you've done the engines, so, and then I've known Pete since then. So
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, for anybody who doesn't know F1s and F2s, the length, obviously, with the F1, and of course you've got the engine behind you with an F1, whereas with an F2 it's underneath you.
Yeah.
So when that thing starts to spin round, it's a pendulum effect on an F1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they both need passengers.
yeah,
Whichever way you look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit, because this is our home base, and look at that, the TT. Right. We're the official title sponsor of the TT for the next few years, and we're also the Sidecar media partner of the TT as well. And we're at the TT here area. What is your guys' experience now? When did you start? And then we'll talk to you, Pete. When did you start with the TT? What was your first year? And then we'll go on to you guys here.
Riding?
Yeah.
You mean competing?
Yeah, competing. Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, it was. I think it's 2000. It was 2000, wasn't it? The memory's fading a little bit. It was 2000. I can't tell you what the TT is like. I mean, it's like life doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like you become so focused on it. It's like you just live the year to get ready for the next TT. You go to work. You stop going to work for money to make a living. You go to work for money to fix the bike for the next TT. And make it better and make it quicker. And that's well. I mean, the TT has totally changed my life completely. Took me in a totally different direction.
Yeah.
Like my wife.
Oh yeah. Well, this is what the story we had with the other our first session we had there with Melly and Stewie, and saying the same thing.
Yeah. It's an obsession. It becomes.
It's doesn't it? What about yourself there?
yes, the
Jacko?
same. It was just a dream, really. When I got an F2, that was my aim, obviously, to get to the TT. And growing up on the Isle of Man, it's just something that you want to do, isn't it? And I mean, the first TT, it was a bit of a blur, really. Well, I've only really done one. I've done 1.5.
It was a bit of a blur. Well, you are fast. We know that.
Yeah, well, not that. Me and Harry, we only got the bike I think it was about 10 days before, and it was just a chassis. So
Was this the one I saw you building?
yeah,
Oh
and
man, how you put that bike together? I don't
yeah,
know.
Harry, he was working hard on it, and I was working at work, and it was a lot of hours. And I remember the day we got the engine in the Friday night, and then we were supposed to be out on the Saturday night for the newcomers lap. We went up to dyno, blew a motor up, so we didn't even get out. And then we got out on the Monday night, done a few laps. We qualified by Tuesday.
It wasn't one I built, was it?
No, the one that we had in it.
I'm just
No,
making sure,
then
yeah.
we put one you had in it on the Saturday, and then the Wednesday the bearings went and the swing arm, and then the first race the pads fell out. I think we were doing all right as well, and then the second race we finished. So, but we blew up. But the engine had been in for 2 weeks. It blew up coming around. It was Hilbury. I just nursed it home and come up pit lane with smoke pouring out. So. Just happy to get a finish.
Upper cylinder lubrication, that's called.
Yeah. We got it. Probably done about 17 laps.
Yeah.
Just doing the dramatic finish.
Yeah.
So that's all we had. We only had one motor left for TT, and we put it in on the Sunday, and it lasted us 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Some major mileage that really.
Just on the wing and a prayer.
But now you got really hooked on it, hey?
Yeah.
Well, that was 2018.
That was 18,
Yeah.
With Harry, we were fastest newcomers, and it was good. As I say, it was a bit of a blur because there's just so much going on.
And you couldn't see through the smoke.
Yeah, fixing the bike or what have you. But
You did well that year, mate.
Yeah, we've done well. It was a good year.
Yeah. What about you, Richard? Have you been? Have you raced in the TT?
Yeah, if I remember, I think it was 12. It's either 11 or 12. I can't remember. Going well in. Did the Newcomer lap Saturday, and it broke down at Bishop's Court with a broken wire to the fuel pump. So we sorted that out. Found it had a crack in the frame. Tony Baker come and welded it at the grandstand. I went out on the Monday and got as far as Keppelgate on the second lap. And then it was Airmed and Nobles. That was the end of my TT. So yeah, I've started, but I've never really competed in it.
Yeah. Who were you
Glyn
with
Jones.
there? Who were you teaming with?
Glyn Jones.
Okay.
I was with him from 2010. A friend of mine was passenger for him and asked me could I help him out at the TT. I said yeah, no bother. And then he fell out going up Lamb. Lamb fell onto Cronkavody, broke his ankle. Glyn rang me and said, "Have you got your licence?" I said, yeah, but it's only clubbing, so I can only do like Derby. He says, right, we'll go to Derby next week. And went out and put a personal best in. And then it was just like, let's go to Aintree. So we went off to Aintree, personal best again for him. It just snowballed from there, and then it was every time we sat on it, it was podium or winning it. And it was like, going all right here. Mm-hmm. And then did the TT, and then it just, we parted through other reasons. And then I didn't do anything. I packed up completely, and then Jacko was looking for a passenger, and I says, yeah, why not? 9 years later.
Yeah. You just coming off with yourself, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Someone rang me and said, "Oh, Jacko's looking for a passenger," and I was like, I was at work. So if I finish work in time, I'll go up there if he needs anyone. I'll just put my levers on. So I came up and you had.
I had Jason and Callum.
Yeah,
just a track day, wasn't it?
Yeah,
just a track
and then
day,
said he was struggling for a passenger for the following weekend. I was like, well, I won't say yes, I won't say no. I'll go and ask the missus first. So I nipped to him, asked her. She said, yeah. So I come straight back, didn't I? I said, yeah, we're on. So I went down to the race office, got my licence signed, my licence form signed, sent it all off to the ACU. Then I found out it was a 2-day meeting. And that was hard. First time in 9 years to jump on for a 2-day meeting was an eye-opener. Yeah. I enjoyed it though. It was, still enjoying it.
It's not an easy track, Derby, though,
No,
is it? It's tough,
no rest.
tough going.
And I went left.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good there. Here's another question. We're getting questions coming in here. So this is a local guy, Sid Carson. What advice would you give someone starting out? And looking back, would you have changed your approach?
Well,
I mean, I'm looking to you for that one.
I know. Well, the obvious one is to turn around and say, "Don't do it." That's the only advice. But advice: just make sure you've got plenty of money because you're going to need it.
Oh yeah.
Or a nice bank manager.
Yeah, nice bank manager. Yeah. That's the only advice is if you're going to do it right, and to do that, you have to devote yourself to it. There's no half measures with this sport. You'll get hurt if you've got to put your heart and soul into it. Best advice is just
enjoy it
and make sure the wife's on board. No, actually, there's the best advice. Isn't it?
Make sure the wife's on board. Yeah.
It costs plenty of this. This is what the whole thing.
I think the biggest thing is to enjoy it. Because if you don't enjoy it, if you're just out there because you've got something to ride, then you become to hate it. Yeah, I think, and then you become a problem out on the circuit for everyone else.
Yeah, because you don't get a lot back from it. No. The only thing you get back from it is the camaraderie between your mates because you're fighting with each other on the track. And the atmosphere. If you don't enjoy it, there's no point in doing it.
No.
Yeah. But the atmosphere, that's what it is. Yeah. The atmosphere, that's what got me.
Yeah.
When you go out to that, particularly at the TT, when you go out, when you walk out, you're in Park Fermi and you go out to the starting line.
Oh yeah. It's thick. You cut.
I mean, this is big time stuff.
Yeah.
Huh? I mean, you got to be, the hairs on the back of the neck.
Oh, good Lord!
Huh? And I don't even do it. I'm just watching.
Yeah. 20 years. It never leaves you. That. It never leaves you that, Chris.
Yeah.
Never ever leaves you that.
You have to. We should in our movie here. I have to plug the movie. I think we did a pretty good job of it, and I think that the reason how we did such a good job of it was because it was an inside thing.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't some big commercial company coming in and not really understanding the TT, not really understanding the guys or the culture or anything like that. So and then also of course what we did, because you had a bit parts in it too, right? Is that they didn't know they were being filmed a lot of the time.
That's right.
The guys. But any case, I digress off of that. We have some more questions coming in. Here's Jordy, NUFC. Yes, this is the Jordy, but he's in Canada now, and he's out in Alberta. And he asks, have you rode at Oliver's Mount, and what do you think of it? Is it a mini TT?
I have never rode at Oliver's Mount. That is a different place again.
Where you qualify is where you finish, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like there's no passing places, and
It looks good fun.
Can I be blatantly honest?
Yeah.
Oliver's Mount's about who's got the biggest balls and is the first on the start line. Yeah, there's no thinking about Oliver's Mount. It's a case of
who's got the biggest?
Put your old fair
Who's got
on.
the biggest balls? Yeah,
Put an old fair on, and
Conrad's good there, isn't he?
Conrad's, yeah.
Conrad. Oh yeah,
track specialist there, isn't he?
Yeah,
Around the corner.
And Lee,
Lee's
they love it there.
Any of you
They love it
guys
there.
on there? Lee, Conrad? Send us a message.
Yeah.
But like,
I looked at it and
I
thought
was talking about
it's
the
a bit like
first corner.
a Derby road race.
Derby
It's a bit
Road.
like Derby road race.
Yeah.
The first time I saw
the
it,
Derby Road
popped
race.
my head
I've
over.
never seen that in a while.
Well, I popped my head over the fence and there's a marshal stood there, and I said, "When can I get across, mate?" And he went, "Across." I said, "Well, when can I get across to get to the race?" And he went, "Mate, this is it." And it was a gully.
I like Derby Road.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
I'm glad I never got the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Oliver's Mount. I've never done it. Would I do it? I think I'd give it a go.
Of course you would.
I've always said I'll never do that. But actually, I said that about the TT, and then I also said that about the Southern 100. And
We'll have some of the other guys on. We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
We'll have some of the guys that have been at Oliver's Mount for you there. And so yeah, okay. Oh yeah, Ashley Moore. We say hi to Ashley. He's one of our mates. Hey Ashley. Now we got everybody give him the 3 wheels on Ashley. Okay, so let's go ahead and put on our first video. We've talked about the action, and let's go ahead and show some. So we'll do you first.
Yeah.
Can we put up Pete's action video?
I have to fast forward it so it looks like I'm doing something.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it? But no, go ahead. Describe the spot that we had there. Of course, was the start line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is the 2016
Yeah,
TT.
it was Balagary, that wasn't it?
Yeah,
Balagary.
It's Balagary, and the person in front of me was Mick Alton.
Yeah, I saw that. It would make you see. That's another story I wanted to tell because you have the same surname.
Well,
Explain that
we
a
are
minute,
distant. We that was the year we actually realised that he's in Australia, I'm in England. He's racing sidecars, and it turns out that we actually think we're related. And one of the most obscure sports, and there's this guy turns up, and it actually turns out we actually think we are related.
Yeah,
We're both racing sidecars.
yeah,
But that actually became a bit of a personal race.
yeah.
Because I beat him in the first one. He beat me. Yeah, was it the first one? Well, vice versa anyway. So it was like even now we're always on about it.
That's an interesting story. You know, I had to ask you. You told me that story once before.
Yeah.
About Mick. Of course, Mick's a great guy too.
Oh,
but he comes across. Well, he's a
living
great racer. He's a great.
Well, he's been living at mine in England.
Yeah. That's what the other thing. He got stuck with the COVID,
yard, is he?
didn't he?
He was. He's got an house now. Yeah, but
yeah.
I can't.
Do you hear that? We're talking about you, Mick.
Yeah.
You know? Now the time over there, he's probably not on because the time's funny.
Yeah, well, he'll be in bed now. Actually.
Yeah. But he'll get the record.
He's still in England.
Was he in England?
Oh yeah.
He's still there.
Oh yeah, because he's so dedicated to do the TT.
Yeah.
By the time he went back to Australia, it was like, go back to Australia. By the time he's gone back there and sent the bike back there, it's time to come back again.
Oh.
So in the end, he bought a camper. Him and his wife, Chris, have been living in my yard, hooked up to the workshop electrics. I mean, if that's not dedication, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
And the only reason they've rented a house is because winter's here. And they're not used to the winters.
No.
He's complaining that it's 4 degrees. I said, get used to it. It's going to get worse.
Yeah.
It's warm, isn't
it? He's all set for next year. He's desperate.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, isn't he, Donny? He's just TT. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he does quite a bit of racing back in
down
under, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to say he's good because it'll go to his head.
No, he is good. We know he's good. We're just kidding. He's great. He's a great guy.
They call him Tinker,
don't they? Yeah. So okay, well, that's good. Let's move it on now. Action for you. We have 2018. Now that was when you were with Harry.
That was with Harry, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we just kind of did a little description of it. How you had cobbled together the whole bike, and you had the one engine. Hey.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. A wing and a press. So.
Okay, so let's shoot that one on there.
Yeah,
footage.
some good footage there. I enjoyed watching that. It's,
Yeah.
brings back memories, doesn't
Have you
it?
not
So-
seen that before?
No, I've never seen it. No, it was good. Enjoyed it.
Yeah,
so-
we got all kinds of surprises
Yeah, yeah.
here. We got some more for you.
Yeah.
Here, now, you guys really did good. Again, you already described
Yeah,
getting set up for the 2018 with Harry.
yeah,
But you also won, remember the award you won?
yeah. The Cyril Smith Award. I didn't really know much about it, and the award was for the most improved time from one race to another, wasn't it? And we won that award, and you know, God bless him, Stan Diven. He come and presented it.
Yeah.
With his son and that, and it was really honoured to win it. Really, the first people to win it. That was the first time they had that award, and then it was a nice gesture. Yeah.
It was quite an honor because for those that maybe not know, Stan Diven, he just recently passed away. It must about a month ago, I would say.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And he was really a patriot of our sport.
Yeah.
He had been a passenger, and he won the World
World
Championship
Championship,
in
yeah.
1953.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was there. So we got that clip.
Yeah,
We're going to show you guys
yeah.
winning the award, and I'm there on that one
Yeah,
too.
I don't think I've seen
Okay.
it either.
I wanted to do something that would be of benefit, that would focus on the up and coming stars of tomorrow. And so we worked out this prize for the most improved Sidecar team at the TT. Anybody from the last place person through could have won this award, and the award is for the most improvement between your fastest lap in the first race and your fastest lap in the second race. We should be celebrating our achievements as a Sidecar family, and that's why it's wonderful to have Chris Bowman here as well. What you've been doing, Chris, the last few years to support this family is remarkable, and so I pay tribute to you as well. So in third place, Stephen Matty Ramsden. In second place, Gary Bryan and Philip Hyde. In first place then, Michael Jackson and Harry Craig.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, onward and upward we go here, hey?
Yeah.
Huh?
Cheers, Chris.
Yeah,
Cheers,
mates. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to see you guys win it. Yeah, they got you. I hope the other guys didn't hear that. But one of the things here that I want to just touch on, you guys can talk about this as little or as much or none at all if you want. But what about the danger side of it, and specifically about what injuries you guys have incurred through your love of our great sport? Huh? Go ahead. You're injury free?
Well, yeah, right, yeah. Well, I had to smirk on my face when Mike said he was 6'3".
6'3", yeah.
6'3", because I started off at 6'2", and I've kind of shrunk a little bit over the years now through the sidecars. But I don't let it put you off, because it's a choice, isn't it? But do you really want me to tell?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell. Well, it's what it is. You say it in such a good-natured way. We want to hear it. Go ahead.
Oh well, I mean, like I'm still counting, I suppose, but I've been resuscitated 3 times. I've had a broken neck, broken collarbone. I've got titanium in my right leg. My left hip's been repaired. I broke the bone.
Yeah.
The bone that I broke the most is my right toe. I broke my right toe 3 bloody times. Oh man, I've even had brain damage. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, if I had a penny for every time I heard
You had to get that one in, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking crap for 6 weeks. Please, I still am. Yeah. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. It's like, it's. Look at Mike.
Look at me, yeah.
Yeah, he's still riding.
Yeah, I'm still riding. and
It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's
irrelevant, right?
You cannot do this.
I know this is what it is. This is what it is. Yeah, the sport is. you love the sport so much. You live for the sport.
Yeah. You only live once.
Yeah.
You either live your life or you wrap yourself up in cotton wool and have no life.
Yeah.
It's there in the back of your mind, isn't it? All the time.
Always.
But,
That's the difference.
yeah, but you just leave it there.
Yeah, you just leave it.
Because otherwise you wouldn't sit.
We're selfish, really, aren't we?
Yeah,
We're very selfish.
Yeah. I know all of you guys. Yeah, we just gave it. That was just like a quick. If you wanted to go into detail, we'd be here for an hour.
I mean, I'm best mates with my surgeon.
Yeah.
I really am best mates with my surgeon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
But he's doing pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you know, couch potato. That's for sure.
No. I can.
Jacko. Do you want to say a little bit about the 2019 the accident you had there?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great week practice wise. I think we only had about 3 laps and went into the race and come in. We clipped it, and next thing I know, bloody hit the wall. And it was the most pain I've ever been in. I just remember pulling over to the left before gooseneck and holding my hand in the air, and the marshals done a great job. They wrapped me up and. It was painful. They rang for the ambulance or the helicopter. I got put up in that and they fed me full of ketamine and then straight to Nobles. I think I was there for about maybe an hour or 2, and then they put me on an air ambulance to Whiston, and I think I was there for the best part of 2 weeks. I broke my foot, but my hand was obviously I've lost a few fingers. My hand was that was major. I've had about 4 operations on it now, and I still. Waiting to get another one, but with the way things are with COVID, nothing's happening at the minute. But I've been doing all right. I'm chipping away. I'm still riding bikes. I'm still determined, and hopefully I can get the last operation on my finger, and then I'll be back. Well, I'm back already, but I'll be give the finger.
Yeah. No, that's what I was saying. When I told the guys, give me the fingers, plural.
Finger, yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean,
what we want.
Yeah. What can you say? I mean, if anyone who knows you ride bikes, you're going to crash them. That's just part and parcel of the sport, and you can't do anything about that. I mean,
like golf.
It's like golf. Yeah. That's what I don't understand. We always have so many comments about balls, and we're in the motorcycle business here. I don't understand it.
It's not tiddlywinks, is it?
No.
Not tiddlywinks.
No.
But I tell you, Mike, we have a surprise for you.
Oh,
we got that film.
Oh, right, from Derby.
Will you put it on there, guys? This is. I wouldn't say you'll enjoy it, but you'll find it interesting.
Yeah.
The sidecar wheels off the road and run them wide into that stone wall. They've done a very good job to save that.
They're not going to make it to the end of lap 1.
like just
There you are.
that.
There you go.
Whoa.
There we have it.
No,
Yeah.
there's not much to say too much about that, huh?
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? It was just one of them things. I just remember coming around and hitting the wall, and then that's it, and just being in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's those moments, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. What can you say?
You're either going to get away from it or you're not.
That's it. I'm still here, so.
Here's a question for everyone coming in. Question for everyone. If the TT goes ahead, do you set targets for yourself, or do you just go out to cane it? Kooky from the other end of the room. We know who that is.
Yeah.
Go on, boys. I've said enough earlier in the way.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
I think you've all got to have your own personal goal, haven't you?
yeah,
In anything.
Yeah.
you have. I mean, you want to go out there and do a certain time, but sometimes I don't think that's the way to go. I think you've just got to.
What did I say to you when you first asked me about the TT? About personal goals and achieving? About not going out there
not
to
go out,
expect...
Yeah, not going out today. I think you've just got to forget about it and just get your head down and go. And yeah, if you put an expectation up there, I want to do this, I want to do that, then there's a bit of added pressure in it. Whereas if you just try and go out there, ride the bike the best you can, you want to be in a situation where you're on the bike, where you're present. You don't want to be thinking about anything, really. Like, you just want to be present in what you're doing. That's my opinion, anyway.
That's well put,
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah,
Put that in a better
that's the
way.
best way. My sort of advice for that, well, what I say is just get your head down and go. And that's it.
Yeah. Don't think too much about
Do you
it.
think too much about it? It
goes wrong.
Yeah.
That's when mistakes happen.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Here's one here. Here's one. Yeah, Roger Stockton. He's watching Roger's on there.
Hey up, Roger.
Roger. Yeah. Yeah. Roger says he's watching to see what stories you come up with. You come up with one after another. That's good. You're not done yet.
Yeah.
You got some more stories yet.
Oh God, me and Roger go back well and truly. Like I said to you, from knowing him, he's only just started watching, but I learned a lot from Roger. We had a cracking laugh. I mean, we go back. It's like we had a little bit of a fallout, but at the end of the day, it's like we're families. So you fall out with your sister, but you still make up. Not saying you're a tart, Roger. But you do. I mean, like me and Roger go back. There's very few men you risk your life with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like there's very few men you'd trust your life with. I'd trust him all the time. Roger he's a bloody good. He's still riding now. He's a bloody good rider. And he's got
Roger. Yeah.
He's got a lad. He's got a lad that's coming up now. He's an absolutely fantastic passenger. He's the next generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't tell him your secrets, Roger. Don't worry.
We got to get Roger when he comes to the island. We'll have you on, Roger.
Yeah.
We're gonna have you sitting here. Eh?
Good rider.
Yeah. So, we did go out to Derby. You guys recall, and did some filming out there. So we want to pay that video now. That's Sherby this year. Michael Jacko Jackson. I like that name. He's a good man. You know, he is one of our top local guys, and of course we have a great history and great sidecar racers, champions here. But you raced the year before too, didn't you? It was 2018?
Yeah, that's right.
That's correct.
I raced 2018 with Harry. We had a really good year. We finished one race and we were best newcomers, and I think we got a high 109, which is a great lap, and then went into 2019 with Sarah Stoko, and it wasn't a great year for the weather or anything. We didn't get many laps practice, and then the first race I come into Tower Bends and I clipped the left, and I don't really remember much, but next thing I've hit the wall, and that was it. I was in pain, helicopter trip, and lost a few fingers. So I'm just glad to be back out on the bike and racing.
I did motocross trials, British Championship road short circuits on a 125, and then I moved over to sidecars, and then I had a break, went back into it, and then we did the TT in 2011. Crashed at Keppelgate, and then that was it. Packed up, and then jumped on with Jacko.
Just started off steady away, and we're just chipping away our times really. Obviously had an accident at the TT, so for me it's just about getting back out there, and if we can improve on our times and finish races, I mean that's all I can ask for really. I've got Richard, he's come on board this year and he hasn't been on the bike for 9 years, so it's good of him to jump on and give me a bit of confidence, and yeah, we'll just go from there.
Down to 4 laps now due to time constraints. Remaining outfits, so 4 guys have lined up now. They're getting ready to go with sidecar race number 2 in the way. Oh, a good start for Jacko. But the Crow Boys get to the lead this time. So only 4 outfits left in. Really struggling for grip in and out of there. Number 7 from 45, hard on the brakes into there. Hard work for the passenger, transferring that weight over. Last lap flag is out now for the second sidecar race of the day. There we go, across the line they go, so that's 2 out of 2 for the Crow Boys today. A lap record for the chairs around here in the clockwise direction.
Our goal was obviously to win the race, but we're just hunting for the lap time, I suppose. We've tried for years to get down, and well, we took the lap record by 1.6 seconds. Happy campers going home, I suppose. Cheers, freewheeling.
Cheers. Is your aspiration to qualify for the TT?
We're starting off taking it day by day. If we go into the TT, we get to the TT, but the one that I really want to do is the Southern 100.
This year hasn't exactly gone to plan. Hopefully next year borders will be open and we can get back to it.
This year was all about going to the British Championship, and that was swiped from under our feet, so that's now the plan for next year. We're really hoping to qualify for the TT in 2022, so that's our aim.
You want to race at the TT again, eh?
Yeah, I just got convinced in this.
Well done to Andrews Racing for organising the race today.
Hope you all enjoyed the show. Congratulations to the Crow brothers. Won the first race, and they took the second race too in style. Everybody take care from wherever they are in the world. See you next time. Freewheeling by the sport, for the sport. Okay, yeah. I like that little video.
Yeah, it's good.
We're going to do more of that for you guys.
Put together.
Up at Derby this next year here. Oh. Pete's passenger, Bim, is watching and says hi.
All right, dude. Best passenger ever, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so chilled.
Yeah.
So chilled. He'd fall asleep on the back of the bike if you'd let him. He would.
Yeah.
There's many a time I'm sat there on the line just waiting to go, and I've looked back and he's playing Candy Crush with his helmet on the top of his head, and it's like, are you for real? You know? He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's the most laid back person. Yeah. He's a good bloke.
Yeah. Mary Davies, a good friend, and we know, we're all family. This is literal, right? We're looking at Donna here. She's going to come here in a minute. We're going to get her in. But Mary Davies says, Pete and Bim are a great team, just like what you say.
Yeah.
Kev Adams wants to know if Pete has found the kettle yet.
I've got it in my back pocket, okay. Tell him. Right. I never leave the kettle. You know that, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I live on tea. Yes, Dave.
Yeah.
What kettle on, dude?
Coffee,
Dave in the back there. God. Yeah. Okay. Now, we'll go ahead. Donna, you come on in. Sit over here. We have... we're all having entertainment.
Oh, reflects over.
And so we have a video. So I don't know if it's Pete or Donna. Do you want to describe it? Just very quick, and then we'll put the video on. Just say what the video is going to be with Donna in it.
Well, I would imagine it's her wind walking.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, Donna's done a few things. She's crazy. She's Manx, what do you expect? Yeah. And she always says that she'll get her own back, basically, through spending hours and hours watching me go out of that start line and then...
putting up with you, stressing.
Putting up with me stressing and God knows what else. So, of course, she decided that she was going to do... Well, she's done quite a few tasks, haven't you? Climbed Kilimanjaro, and that's what made me...
take you around the TT course.
Yeah, and she blackmailed me to take her around the TT course in the sidecar.
Parade lap.
But, no, but I mean, basically...
You didn't say no.
No.
But I threatened to ask somebody else and make him wait in the pit lane.
I was just glad that the bloke said to me, "You're too big, mate, I can't put you on that wing." It was like, oh, really? What a shame. Yeah, but Donna's the right size. Yeah.
It was good as well. Do it again.
Yeah.
We got Daredevil couple here.
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah.
Yep. No injuries yet, Donna. You're okay?
Don't think so
You're not like
yet.
it.
Nothing major yet. There's time.
Oh,
There's time.
Yeah.
Good.
A few things up my sleeve yet.
Yeah, she's not stopped yet, Chris, let me tell you.
All right. Go ahead, shoot that on there.
Here we go.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Everybody put a little bit of.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Rural entertainment here at Three Wheels.
They've got 3 wheels, so it's all right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got 3 wheels, yeah.
Not just a pretty face.
It's got 2 wings though, we only got 1. It's got 4 actually, that one,
Couldn't
isn't
leave
it?
on
Yeah.
that though.
So now we have a photo slide, picture slide. You guys can just describe as the pictures come up.
Right.
That was after the lap you took me on.
That's right, yeah. Donna jumped on the back of the side. It was like I say, I was blackmailed. It was a case of either you take me or somebody else is going to take me, so.
You can see what it's like in the pit lane waiting.
Yeah, so Donna did a lap with me on the back in the chair. And of course there's Helen, just to the left in the picture there. Yeah, it was amazing. I was just giving her a kiss actually, because I was more terrified in case she got hurt, her dad would kill me. Yeah, so, yeah.
Good. It's Kilimanjaro, that's another thing I did to scare you.
Yeah. She climbed Kilimanjaro, and when she came home I asked her to marry me.
There you go.
Yeah. That was my biggest.
That was the flying the plane.
Oh yeah, when we got married, Ashley Gardner, he's got his own plane.
Looking complete control.
And that was his wedding present. Well, I'd flown before a few times, and so I just said to Donnie, well, you didn't know, did you? You thought,
No, I didn't. No,
yeah,
we got
right.
the present.
No, I mean that you were going to fly it.
Yes, I did. I wasn't letting you.
Ah, well, there you go. You see,
My landing
we know
was a
who
lot
wears
better
this-
than it looked, though, because Pete was videoing it and he had to shake the camera. 'cause
That's
it was
not
too smooth.
true.
He did.
I tell you what, it
Just
happened at the
like
Southern. They were racing the Southern. We flew over the Southern.
July. It might have been.
Yeah, no, it was. We flew over the Southern because I FaceTimed it
Yeah.
as you were doing it. But
Where's
cameras
you, Murph?
always said.
That's my first ever time on a sidecar, 2007. Alan Langton. Looking like as well, completely wrong position.
Yeah, you were looking out for you though, weren't you there?
Well,
That's for sure.
I've still got my solo levers on, so I have all my padding and everything there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got out though, mate.
Did a full year with him.
Free William premiere.
Yes, it was, yeah. Yeah, that was a fantastic night. That was really chuffed to be invited to that. And we were chuffed that you'd let us bring the boys as well. That was really good of you. And they really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They did.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Notice how those two are the ones that are sat next to the good looking women there. And I get the best one of all, of course. Well recovered, see a smooth bit on that. Oof, that was close. Yeah, that's me and Bim in the pink.
Go on then, what's the story behind the pink?
Eh?
What's the story behind the pink?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Do you want me
tell
to
us
tell
about
you?
the pink.
It was
Yeah.
punishment. The
Yeah.
pink started off as punishment, to be honest. A mate of mine agreed to paint the fairings. And he said, what colour do you want it? So I said, whatever it was, I can't remember at the time, it was silver and something else. And for days and days he said to me, I've painted it pink. I said, you better not, done. He went, no, I have painted it pink. So of course I went round, it wasn't, it was pink, it was silver and black checkers, and he says, well listen, he said, I'm telling you now, he said, if you damage that fairing and I have to paint it again, it's coming back pink.
Oh, yeah.
Well, bugger me, I did the first time out in it. I crashed the first time out in it, didn't I?
Yeah. Pink fairy.
So of course never thought anything more of it, and he phoned me up, said fairings ready. So I went to pick it up and it was silver and pink. It was like, oh my god, I can't ride that. And it didn't look too bad at the time, so we took it to Alton. Oh, the deal was that if we did well, that was Alton Park when I won, wasn't it? Was it?
I think so.
Yeah, it was Alton Park when I won. When I said about Alton Park, the win at Alton Park. He said to me, I'll tell you what, he said, I'll paint it another colour if you win a race. So we were at Alton Park, we got told to slow down because it was going a bit crazy, and they kind of said, look, you carry on like this, too many red flags, we're going to pull you off. So we're all stood in the pit lane, and I'm looking down, and I thought, there was a bike sat there, and I thought, what the fuck would you paint a bike that colour for? You know, why would you paint a bike that colour? And then it suddenly twigged. It was my bike, it was light reflecting off it. So of course I went out that day and won.
Yeah.
So we took it back and painted it. But what he did do was, we actually got quite a lot of attention through that paint scheme. So he said, I'll tame it down, I'll put some more colours in with it. And we came to TT with the fairing that colour, and then we ordered black and pink.
Around the leathers.
That was your idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I been
Black and pink, yeah, get in touch with your feminine side. So we did.
Stands out though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does stand out. I tell you what, they
It's
they
good
do
in
it
the
well.
pictures.
And a lot of people said like, oh, it's the leathers. You know, the silver and pink, definitely. The camera, some of the photographers didn't like it because they said that it was hard to get a good shot. The colours did something with the, you know, when they're taking pictures. So it was really difficult to get a good shot, but it was worth getting. Anyway, enough about that, yeah. It was good.
Right.
That's me taking advantage of a young woman, yeah. It is Donna, by the way.
Yeah. That's a nice shot.
That's a lovely shot, yeah. And again, there's Bim asleep.
Colours do come up on it, don't they?
Eh?
The colours do come up on it.
Yeah. Now that's a tale and a half. I actually crashed in 2010 with a lad called Dean Banks. Dean's he's a good fella, he's a good man, good sidecar lad and all. Unfortunately, he's kind of gone away from the sidecars, but he's still hankering for it. the thing there, we were side by side. Bim's hand, he just started to take his hand out. We were literally touching, scraping paint down there. I was leading Dean. Another rider had just pissed him off big time. And even though he'd got past me, Dean was after him. And I thought, I'm not letting him through. But I'd already beat him. I'd already beat Dean. And I was still in front of him, even if he got in front of me, he still beat me. So that's when there's two of you together, two mates who are arch enemies, absolutely love each other in the sense of family-wise. But when you're out there on the bike, we were under braking there. Yeah. That was proper airy moment. Yeah. And the better picture of that, you'll see that the wheels are actually starting to smoke because we're locking up. Yeah. And in the end, I thought, he's desperate to catch that other lad. I'm just going to let him go. So I still beat him, but I trusted him enough to know exactly what he was doing, and he trusted me enough to come alongside me at that moment in time. That's the difference. Yeah. This is like we both knew exactly where to let be, when to let off them brakes and when to put the brakes on. But I look at that picture sometimes and think, I miss that fella. And that was, what was his name, Nigel? What was Nigel's second name? Forgive me, Nigel, if you're watching. But yeah, his passenger was Nigel, I think. But yeah, cracking race that. It was either Nigel or Ken, wasn't it? Yeah, but either way, both a good team. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that was at BSB, with the F2s. And I can't remember who doctored that picture, but Mick used to come and help me.
Are they actually there, are they?
Oh, no, they're properly, yeah, but when you read it, have you read it?
Oh, no, I haven't read it. No, I can't see it.
Just step up there and have a read of that, mate. Can you see it?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, who the fuck is this? Yeah, we were at BSB. And somebody sent that picture to me with it edited like that. It was like, that's typical. But yeah, that's Mick Dennett. He was a good fellow. Just getting over COVID, actually. But I think his mind won other things. That's me with a serious face on and checking oil pressures and water temperatures. Just, it's that atmosphere you're talking about, Chris.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's like, yeah. Nobody else matters except for you and your
you can't hear anyone.
You can't.
Can you?
It's
loads of noise, but you can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything. You never you don't take anything in at all.
You're zoned in.
You're zoned in. Yeah. Oil pressure, waters. Is that tight? Did I tighten this up? Has he put that pin in there? Is that piece of tape holding that on properly?
Chassis tag.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, a couple of. Well, here's one for.
Yeah.
Donna doesn't like the idea of co-driving, though.
Yeah.
I guess, huh? We got to say that one in there.
She's always threatening to get in the sidecar.
From Melvin Racing. Will Murph be losing all the weight before he does the TT?
When you do, Melly, we'll go to the gym together.
Yeah. Okay. Any more questions coming in?
Yeah, there's me, Harry, and Chris and Stan, and the Cyril Smith Award, wasn't it? The TT. Yeah. Yes, good memories. That's when we just got back up to Derby after putting the new fairing on. You can see at the back it's been cut and shut because I'm a bit too big for them fairings, so you have to make it fit. But yeah, it done all right there. I like it.
Is that the weekend before?
I think that's the weekend before you got on. That's Callum and that.
Yeah, just can't see him.
Yeah, can't see him. There's me and Ben Binns. I think that might have been Snetterton, maybe the British. I think it was Snetterton, the British Championship. We come fourth that weekend. We had a good race. It was good. That's me and young Swanee when I was a newcomer. It was a double weekend.
That's Mallory, isn't it?
Mallory, yeah. I think we went to Darley the first day. I went to Mallory. The next day we done all right there. Well, we went for a club race mid pack. That's me and Jason O'Connor. That was in my first year, and we had a good race with the Christies there. And the last race of the weekend, we were actually leading that. There was us, the Christies, and the Rob Fisher, and Rick Long.
Is that the weekend you ran over him?
No, that's another one. That was another one. And I was leading and we got a puncher, so that was a bit of a shame of that, but it doesn't matter. It was good memories of first year. There's Pete showing me around Alton.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, that was the FSRA, wasn't it? The British Championship.
That's when I was just waiting.
That more looks like he's trying to go up the inside of you there.
No, well, there's a little tail behind that. I followed you, didn't I? And then I could see where you were making your mistakes, and then I thought, I'll just pick him off. We'll have it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be that easy now, though, Mike.
No.
You've come on a long way since then.
Yeah.
I kind of toyed with you a little bit then.
Oh, that's me and Callum in the F2 Cup, but that's when the season changed for us. We hadn't had a good week run up to then. We had DNFs and all this lot, and then we went to Donington. We got 2 wins there, and then we got 6 wins on the bounce, and we went from whatever to like first in the championship, and then we just held on to it, and we that's when it all changed. Though that weekend at Donington, we got 2 wins, first 2 wins I think it was. That's when we won it at Cadwell. It's the end of the year. I had a few drinks that night. An 18-lap race the next day around Cadwell. That's me and Callum beating Molly around Derby in the wet. That was we really went well that weekend. We just got, as I said, we got the head down and we just went. I enjoyed riding. That's the old Windle. There's me and Harry on the picture shot at TT. We used that picture for like postcards and that, and sending that to people, say thank you and what have you. But that's the picture shot. That's the money shot. So that's it, is it? Oh, there's me and Sarah. That was at Brands Hatch. We had such a good weekend that weekend. We were the fastest F2. We had a few like wins, and yeah, we went really well. I think that was the first time me and Sarah raced together actually at Brands Hatch. I think it was March. It was absolutely freezing. It was. And there's me, Jason Crow and Callum Crow. That was the first weekend I got back on the bike after having the crash and just having to play around Derby really, and nothing serious, just out for a bit of fun. And there's me and Murph racing up Derby. We got going a bit throughout the year.
A bit more, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah, committed there, Murph.
Yeah. That's that Bim.
That's Bim, bless him. Yeah. That's the new bike.
Was it?
Yeah, that's the new bike that's been built. And that's Bim basically comes down to help me when I'm back there doing it. But yeah, class. What a man.
There's me and young Swanee at Aintree. That was a good meeting from the Isle of Man, because you go on a Friday night, you get there and do your racing on Saturday, and you'll be back Saturday night, have a few beers on the boat. Yeah.
That's the boys. And my grandson. Yeah, it's...
Well, that's my first race, that. I was a bit out of control. I think that's Hank's behind, the orange bike.
Oh yeah, third one back, yeah.
I think we've done all right. We think we're about mid-pack, but Swanee come out in one race and I stopped, and then he got back on, but unfortunately we got black flagged because he got back on. But good memories, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, that was Alton Park, wasn't it? I just sat behind somebody too long. I said we'll start off at the back and just take it easy, and that was good. That's travelling broadside, coming down into Deers Lake. That was like, ooh, yeah, it took it easy far too long, but it paid off. We got past them, even though it was on the gravel. Yeah, it was like. So they came in afterwards and said, "Well, I thought you were taking it easy." He was like, "Ah, well." Yeah, man. Donna. Again.
Where's Murph?
Me and Glenn. Me in completely the wrong position.
Looks like it.
I thought I'd give everyone a look at the under tray, just so they can see it was there.
Yeah.
Me and Glenn at JB Road. We were the last ever winners around there. Then they cancelled it. JB Road, that was the last one.
Did he? Right, okay.
2009, I think it was. Yeah. Should never run again, I think.
That's a good one,
Keep the win.
Yeah. He liked to float the chair a lot. But yeah, it was good. Glim was good at short circuits. Couldn't fault him.
No, he was, yeah.
It was,
That's a good shot.
Another one, yeah. That was when I was in, I think I'm in my prime. Need to get back to that weight again.
Get a few more seconds off then.
Yeah. That was us using a Formula 1 at Knockhill as a break. And I've been to Knockhill twice, on a solo once, and it didn't stop raining the whole weekend. And we went again in the chairs with Glyn, and it was that hot it was boiling the brake fluid. It was unbelievable. Have you ever been to Knockhill?
I haven't, mate. No.
Before there, it's flat out, and you come into a hairpin, and Glyn went for the brakes, and there was nothing. And he looked at me, and I thought, I know what he's going to do here. And he just turned it straight into this Formula 1 that's coming to the inside of us, because it was either that or a tyre wall.
Oh, right.
We ripped the chair up right off the Formula 1. We hit him that hard.
Did you stop?
Yeah, just. Yeah. And he was the guy there. He was in the next garage, and he come over with the upright. He was all right. He wasn't arsey or anything. He just said, you ripped that off, sort of thing, and had a laugh and joke about it. And we just said, look, there's nothing we could do. It was the pictures. We are full sideways, and it's just smoke coming out the back of it. There's tyre smoke.
Wow.
It's a good weekend it was. Scott Laurie was there as well.
Right.
Yeah, he showed us a few bits around there. He's good around there.
Yeah.
Okay, a few more questions here. Damien, do you guys know Jerry Walker?
I've heard that name. Jerry Walker.
No, don't.
Jerry Walker.
Okay.
That name is familiar, but I can't place him picture face wise.
With a J. You put Gerry, Jerry Walker. Okay.
That's a familiar name.
Yeah. What's your favorite race and what's your favorite circuit?
Favorite circuit, Alton Park.
Yeah.
Favorite race, TT.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, all the park circuits in the UK are just brilliant, like Donington, like Cadwell, like Anglesey. They're all great tracks, aren't they? Donington's a great one. It's nice and flowing. And then, obviously the TT is nothing like that, is there? No.
Here's another question here. I'm not sure of this question, but here, is there a lot of mapping changes from short circuit to the TT?
Yes.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah. All right.
Do you want me to elaborate? Or?
Well, go ahead, elaborate a little bit. I don't want to be here an hour.
Right, okay. One of the main things straight away, right, with mapping, is on a short circuit, your top speed is only for a brief period of time. So I'm not going to start quoting AFR and all that crap, but basically, short period of time, short bursts, so the valve temperature, cylinder temperature doesn't increase exponentially. At TT, you are high speed for a long period of time, so you have to increase the fuel intake basically to stop them shitting themselves. Because perfect AFR 13.1, but progressively, because of that air pressure coming in, you get a ram air effect, and it leans off, so you need to compensate for that additional length of time. That's my area, so I could go on forever, so I'll stop there. But yes, you do have to map for the TT.
It's different altitude as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's one more question here. What's the best chassis you have had?
Oh, that's unfair to the chassis builders, isn't it?
They've all got their own. They've all got their own.
Every chassis has got its idiosyncrasy, hasn't it?
Yeah, they've all got their own sort of.
There isn't a chassis out there that's a baton.
Yeah.
Predominantly, LCRs are kind of ruling the roost at the moment.
Yeah.
Go back 10 years, and Molly was.
Yeah, each one of them have had their own success.
Yeah. So you couldn't really say like Tony Baker, Shelbourne. They're all.
Yeah, they're all different, and they're kind of all specific. It'd be great if you could have one bike for each circuit that suited that bike.
It's personal preference, isn't it?
Yeah, Molly built chassis for the TT.
Yeah.
People said, Molly's chassis are a bit weak. No, they're not. They were built for a specific purpose. They were built for the TT, to do that race, those races, that time scale, that was it. Ierson, Ireson built bikes. They were over-engineered, but they were too heavy. But in the prime, they were so reliable. That was it. Shelbourne, good handling bike all round. Again, in his day, he changed the technology. They said about the LCR being totally different. The Shelbourne was different. It was very different. And then got Tony Baker. They are all good. They're all good. They're just having a bit of a problem keeping up with the LCR at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because a lot more development's been. But of course, you know, you've got Dave. You know, Dave Molyneux, he is constantly trying to push that edge, isn't he? He's just exploring all the time. To his own, he just wants to make it better, doesn't he? You know. And Ben Birchall now, he's took on the LCRs and he's doing the same. He's just pushing that bound. He's just pushing it all the time. So yeah, best chassis.
All of them.
They're all good. Yeah, they're all good. It's unfair to say that none of them are. You've got Greg's GLR. You know, Greg's not been building. You know that he's not built as many as Tony Baker's Shelbourne and all that lot. He's still progressing. He's still learning. He's still. Mine's a GLR, and you know, I've not ridden it yet, but the people who ride it say that it's bloody stable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Harry's built his own.
Yeah,
Harry and his dad have built their own. You know, and it's proven itself.
Yeah, you've got Dean Ride.
You know, well, some guys build it. They do it for their own use, obviously. That's it. And they never.
Yeah.
It's a one-off sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't.
And then they build for mates sometimes.
Yeah. I
And
think
some
it's
of
only
them
LCR.
do go into business and such.
Yeah.
Ryan's that's their own, isn't it?
Yeah, Ryan's chassis. Yeah, I mean it was initially based on an LCR, wasn't it?
But then it's
Ryan's bike's his own. The guy up at Ramsey there. Is it Ramsey or Jeremy where they put it together?
Phil Wall, I think it was.
Yeah, Phil. Yeah. I mean, they're all good. They're all good. Some bikes suit different riders. It's not cut and dry. You know, you can end up with big lads and small lads, and that chassis will suit them. And you get small lads on the LCR, and you get it all set up with the chassis, and away it goes. That handles well. It's not black and white, is it?
No.
The whole thing's not black and white. That's the beauty of sidecars. You couldn't say that. You know, it's like you can have the same bike, the same engine, same power, same everything, same tyres, but you put you two on it and you put me and Ben on it. They'll behave totally different.
Yeah.
Because maybe from our side of it, no disrespect, Murph,
I'm a fat
Ben
bastard.
weighs absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Don't even know he's there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like in some areas at the TT, your bike will be planted, you know, on the bumps because you've got a bit more weight. Don't keep your teeth in after this. and then you've got our bike that's a bit flighty, which making up on the time because we're a bit lighter. All the bikes behave different characteristics. Anyway, I'm going to stop there.
I'm going to start eating salad now.
Yeah, they're all as good as they're all as good as.
You'd be alright for like
It's a personal choice.
I know, yeah.
It's a
After
personal
Christmas,
choice.
3
It'd be
months
wrong to
past
say
it.
there's a good one and a bad one because they're not. Every chassis is in development constantly, isn't it?
It's also the suspension that goes with it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you could run Maxtons, we run Nitron. It's
Well, I've got nitrons on this new one, but I've kept my Maxtons just in case.
Yeah.
I might not like them. Not to say they're no good. I personally might not like them. I don't know yet.
My first bike, the Terry Windle, that was an excellent bike. It was 20 years old, but I went to the British Championship, won the cup in it. So what can you say about that? That was a good bike. That I really enjoyed it. And
That's two of us then. We both won the cup.
Yeah.
My name was on it first though.
Yeah.
Because he was still in nappies.
He was still in nappies. I thought you were on my side.
It's too easy.
All right, guys. I think we've run out of questions here. If you guys want to make any last statements, anything, say hi to anyone, or everything's okay now, or you enjoy the show. That's the main thing.
We love the show.
Guys,
I mean,
it's been fun.
You're doing such a great job for the sport. To be fair.
Well, thank you.
We needed somebody like you with the input, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And that film with the TT, absolutely, just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just what we needed.
Yeah.
And it gets it out. It's like we're not Wallace and Gromit, are we, boys? No.
Nah,
No,
we're
no.
around the world. That's one of my slogans. I like slogans. I have all different kinds. That's one of them. Three-wheeling around the world.
Right.
That's what we're doing now.
That'd be good.
Yeah, we're showing everybody
Yeah.
what a great sport we have. Okay, so let's just wrap it up. Everybody has to remember, when I interview, remember how I always do this? You have to do this, right? So everybody give a screenshot,
Freewheeling.
okay? Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night.
Three-wheeling, by the sport, for the sport.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.